What's going on, New York Yankees fans? Everybody that views my channel, welcome back to the Big Blue in the Bronx YouTube channel. I know this was kind of a last-minute thing. Unfortunately, fancy new intro. Yes. Shout out to Potato, who's always a great supporter of the channel. Just some new reminders. If you guys haven't already checked the Twitter, Boys in the Big Apple will be postponed to Wednesday. As you see, green screen's not behind me. I'm in Pennsylvania. So, and I really don't want to do the podcast episode from here. And it's, in my discreet location, it's a shorter, it's a smaller kind of house, apartment, as you could say. And I don't have much room, nor does Luca. So we're going to postpone it to Wednesday, and we'll be live 4 days in a row. So, obviously, that's not the topic. The topic is that the Yankees have won 3 of 4 games against the Cleveland Indians. We're going to get into that. But, guys, if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that notification button just in case, so you get notified when a live stream pops or a video drops. Let me just pull up the stuff here. You guys can ask questions. I don't know that I will have a lot of people viewing this video, to be honest with you, because it is a work day. It's 11:44 in the morning, and some people do have school. I know a lot of my younger viewers have school, and obviously the older viewers have work. And, well, I don't like Pennsylvania. It's where Eagles and Steeler fans are. Well, I honestly don't blame you. I don't blame you. I do want to, because I'm trying to pull up some notes here. And the problem is, the reason why I did this live stream, and to be honest with you, I really didn't want to do it, was because my usual thing where I record my videos, OBS Studio, it wasn't being friendly. That was when I'm not using the green screen. Well, it's good. It's good for you, Potato, because you do live or you're stationed in Europe. But my thing is, the reason why I'm doing this is because OBS Studio, when I don't have the green screen behind me and I have this camera and I have a different microphone, we're gonna take the W today in the next couple of days. Yes, absolutely, E Mario. Shoutouts to you. So as you can see, this is a different mic than I usually use. It's kind of scratchy, so I apologize if the audio is different. But use that with this camera for OBS Studio, and it doesn't work for me. So I had to watch 7 different videos just to see, to get the encoding down, or else the camera wouldn't look good and the audio would be off and not synced. So finally this morning, at around 11:30, it fixed it. But I'm like, I'm going live in 10 minutes. What the hell am I going to fix it for? Kind of worry about Divey pitching today. He's going to be starting against Matt Harvey. I mean, let's look at the standings. Let me pull that up, actually, because I think that the NFC East right now kind of compares to the AL East. A lot of people don't agree with me with that. Let me turn my hat around. Kind of having a bad hair day, but once again, I usually wear a hat anyway. So let's take a look at these standings. Let me share my screen. This would let me. Tab. Okay. So obviously you can't base anything just off standings. Yeah, you have to actually go into games and stuff. But the Red Sox lead. It's pretty much the American League East is a mess from the Rays down. I mean, they're barely at 500. The Blue Jays are a game under 500, and then you look at us and the Orioles, 9-12. So obviously there's got to be something wrong there. But I would like Divey better than I'm a Giants, Knicks, Yankees, and Rangers fan. I'm on the same boat as you. Just I don't watch hockey, so I can't consider myself a Rangers fan. Thing with that, obviously. Once again, if you guys got any questions related to any of those sports, I can definitely answer them. So let's get the notes going. I do want to stop this real quick so I could get into Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, Game 4. This would let me. Okay, so share screen. I like hockey. Well, a lot of people do. It's just that to be honest with you, I was surrounded when I first started my journalism thing and started writing. I was surrounded by a lot of people who overhyped the Islanders. So I was like, do I really want to get into hockey? I mean, they were all Islanders fans. I would be a Rangers fan. I don't watch hockey. So, I consider liking a team different from actually being a fan of the team, because those are 2 different things in my head. So, anyway, let's go to Game 1. This is Game 1. I'll scroll down in a minute, but obviously I'm just going to leave it here. Let's see the last comment. Do we know who is pitching the rest of the series? I know who pitches today. That is a good question. I want to say, well, let's see. Cole started, and then it was Tyan. So I'm going to guess Corey Kluber starts after Divey. Let me see if they have it up yet. If they don't, I would be surprised. They have Kluber against Zimmerman tomorrow. Then they have Herman going again, apparently, against an unknown pitcher. And then to finish out the 4-game set, wow, 4 games against the Orioles on the road. They'll have Jordan Montgomery against Lopez. So that's pretty much your lineup of pitchers for this series. So anyway, let's get into game 1. The Yankees kind of set a theme this series, but once again, so Herman struggled early. He gave up 3 runs in the first, and I watched all these games and I took notes as the game was going on. Eddie Rosario single, the Franmil Reyes error. Well, it wasn't the error. He hit it up the middle. Herman was bobbling it, could not get it to first base or any base in time, and that ended up being a run. Then Josh Naylor hit a single, and that scored a run. So we were down 3-0 early. And, going back to, let's see, did they get people who hit balls? Well, they actually, they didn't get anybody new, but they actually, they did well hitting the ball, especially in this series. But with that, let me just see. Okay. So with that, third inning was big for the Yankees. Gleyber Torres, after the night of criticism, and I was fairly critical of him, he rebounded. And technically, it's a 2-run double to the gap. He went to third because Naylor kind of kicked the ball around. And then we escaped the third inning jam. Franmil Reyes hit a triple. Aaron Hicks kind of misplayed it off the wall. But, good that Herman came out of that jam unscathed. Helps the Yankees. And then, obviously, Adore breaks the tie in, let's see what inning it was. He broke the tie in the top of the 7th inning as the game was going late on a 2-run single. He hit it against the shift. The umpire had to get out of the way for that. But once again, that is always good. Since, it's not everything has to be a home run. Not everything has to be a home run. And Odor, he showed that, but he also showed he can hit the home run in the series, but that's going to be for the games I have to go over. So Higgy showed his power once again. I'm just, as I said, reading off the notes that I have. I might show him just in case of the game. But anyway, he hit a homer in the top half of the 8th. A lot of people, including Bad Dog and some other content creators, were advocating for Higashioka to start over Sanchez. I don't know if I'm on that train yet. I could definitely see it, but I know they won't do it. I know they won't do it because they're so committed to Gary. They kind of bought the goods on him, and that's that. And the Yankees set a theme for this series, and we'll get into that theme game 3, game 4-ish. So let's move to the next game. I can actually just scroll this over to this. Let me just blow my nose real quick. I mean, it's pretty stuffy here, so I kind of have to make do with what I got. Just give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. So, with that, let's go to game 2. I got to get my notes. It will let me. Or not. Or it will. Nose problems today. Anyway, so game 2, Yankees, Montgomery. They were down early in the first inning. At least I think so. It was the first inning? Yeah, it was the first inning. I recalled. Right. Let's see where my notes. So I got so many pages open. That closed. Get that closed. Okay. So they were down early. Montgomery had his command was off. He was throwing balls. Franmil Reyes had that RBI double. Then Eddie Rosario had that it was an RBI ground out. And then another Rosario, had that RBI single. So Yankees powered back with dingers in the next inning. Aaron Hicks and Rougned Odor both hit homers. Hicks, obviously, it's an encouraging sign to see that, he's finally powering back. And listen, I know a lot of people will say, you're not a guy that wants Yankees to hit home runs. That's not the point. But, I would love the Yankees to hit home runs. And if they score off that, great. but it can't be like every game. And, basically everybody's formula for success is different. And what I say with that is, if it's not working, stop trying it. Something's wrong. And that was the problem with, the first couple of games is that the Yankees were trying to hit for the homer, wasn't working, and they weren't even doing the basic fundamentals. So that's kind of my issue with that. Let's real quickly go back to the game and that sort. Yankees power back with 2 dingers. The next thing, as I noted, Giancarlo Stanton, 2 dingers once again. I think he untied the game and even extended the lead in the 3rd and the 5th innings. And then you look down here, Montgomery did not pitch a full 5 innings, so Lucas Ludwig had to come in. He eventually got the win because if you don't pitch 5 innings and you're on the winning basis, you're not going to be handed the win in the decision. So obviously, Logan Allen was pretty funny with all of his gestures every time somebody hit a homer. It was like, I think it was Hicks hit the homer, then Odor hit the homer, and he was like this, and he was pretty angry. I kind of enjoyed it myself. But it's good the Yankees won this game. Bullpen finished out. Chapman gets his 2nd save in a row. Not too bad. I'm not going to really remark off runners in scoring position unless it's probably the last game, which the Yankees did lose. So with that, I will go to the final game that we won. I can't say that was, the final game of the set because we ended up losing the 4th game. But I'm pretty happy with the content, and I'm pretty happy with the series just overall and, the way we played. So let me do this real quickly. Okay. Yeah. So this obviously was an anticipated pitcher's duel, knowing you have Garrett Cole and Shane Bieber, both aces of the staff. So it kind of showed in the first couple of innings. They didn't score till the 4th. Garrett Cole had 11 strikeouts, 7 pitched innings, only 1 earned run. Very good stats. Shane Bieber, he struggled towards the end, but he struck out a lot of Yankees. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts, 2 homers. Homers being to this thing that keeps scrolling up, and I don't know why. Aaron Hicks obviously hit another dinger. Let's just go back to my notes real quick. Yeah, he hit a home run for the 2nd game in a row. Then Odor did the same thing. At least I think so. I don't know if he actually hit a homer. Yeah, he did, actually. Yeah, he hit a homer the 2nd game in a row, just like Odor. Then Cole finishes and wins the pitcher's duel, and the bullpen once again finishes what he started. Chapman was not available for the 3rd day in a row, so Jonathan Loaisiga came in and saved the game. He got 4 outs. Justin Wilson got 2 outs, so obviously that's good. And, from there, the Yankees didn't score, but once again, I'm very content because it was an anticipated pitcher's duel, and I think the Yankees did pretty good in that aspect. Though they struck out 13 times, you know what? It's a pitcher's duel. You're going to get that. Nothing else really to say. Obviously, as I said, I'm not going to really remark on runners in scoring position. But once again, the Yankees won that game, and that's the final game they won. So let's go to the final game, which I will remark on the basis of a certain theme that was blown. And the Yankees kind of got a taste of their own medicine. So let me switch this game up. Let's go right here. Yeah. Okay. So with that, Jameson Taillon started in the 4th inning. The Yankees started up early. Gio Urshela hit a home run. There was a 2-run shot, and then Mike Ford followed up after that. The Yankees jumped on the board 3-0. Then they got a taste of their own medicine. What do I say by that? The whole series, the first 3 games, the Yankees set a theme. They would be down by X amount of runs. The first 2 games, it was 3 runs. And then the next game was 1 run. And then they would come back. They wouldn't be scared, and I actually like that. But it kind of bit them in the ass, if we're going to say that, because they scored 3 runs in the top of the 4th, taking the lead. And then Cleveland did what the Yankees did. So annually, and just like, out there, Cleveland gave the Yankees a taste of their own medicine with the 4 runs in the bottom half of the inning, that being on a RBI single by Eddie Rosario, and Familia Reyes. He hit the homer. So from there, the Yankees, surrendered. Well, not surrendered, but, gave up the RBI, and the home run. Reyes seemed to have a pretty big series against the Yankees. I feel like he's going to be a Yankee killer in the future if this Cleveland team ever gets anywhere. Um, I wouldn't doubt it because Terry Francona's a pretty good manager. With that, obviously, Nick Nelson, in my opinion, kept the game away from New York Yankees. He got sent down, and let me just blow my nose a sec because I know I'm very. What's up, Joseph? Just checking on the chat right now. What's going on, man? One of my mods. I'm probably going to set up more mods in the future, but just give me guys 1 second. I gotta learn to stop sitting in rooms with dehumidifiers. That's what really gets me. Anyway, you go to this game. Nick Nelson, he really kept the game away from the Yankees. Gave up 3 runs. I just don't like the fact that when the Yankees do bad and they're down in a game, or if they lose the lead in the game, Boone doesn't really manage the game well. And I honestly don't like that because it's how many times that a starter does bad and you go to Nick Nelson. Why not go to Loizaga? I would have been okay with going to Sessa. And that's one of the things I will complain about because, even though we won the series, I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. Thank you, Joseph. I'm not going to keep my mouth shut just because we won 3 games out of 4. Listen, this team obviously has steps to go to success. Very good game. Obviously, I have not played anyone in Diamond Dynasty yet. I know a couple of my friends were wondering if I was going to go in an online league or something like that. But obviously, I might do a couple of MLB The Show streams in the future. But obviously, that's not really on my mind right now. But I just don't like the way Aaron Boone kind of mismanages the bullpen in those terms of situations. I don't think Nick Nelson should have even gotten a chance after, the last couple of outings. They gave him a chance, and he ultimately gave up 3 runs. And, it's obviously not a good thing that the Yankees did not score. I'm sad MLB The Show is not on PC. That's unfortunate. I know a lot of people are rooting for that, but it is cross-platform if it's between PS5, PS4, and Xbox One. I'll play when I get it. Okay. All right. Good. With that being said, I just don't like the fact that he was still in the big leagues. Gave up 3 runs. And once again, it did not help that the Yankees were not scoring at that point in the game. Whether it be the inning after that, whatever, it did not help. But once again, when you have Nick Nelson furthering the lead in there, it's going to lower the energy of the offensive players. Like, oh my God, we got to go back and start a rally now. I mean, Tyon, he had a pretty good outing, I have to say, before that whole big 4th inning. Well, once again, Nick Nelson shouldn't have been in there. And, supposedly a number 2 starter, I don't believe that. Because, Tyon, he's coming off the injury. He hasn't pitched in like 2 years, as we always say, but he's got a couple of starts now. And he's going to have these rough outings getting back into baseball. But once again, why are we putting Nick Nelson in there when you have possibility of bringing up Michael King? You got Luis Sessa. You got Jonathan Loizaga. There's a lot of these guys that are waiting. And I always say this, and I'm going to say it again. Why not bring up somebody like Addison Russ? He's not on the 40-man roster. But my point is, he's waiting in the wings in Scranton. Just bring him up. Put him on the taxi squad. Take somebody off the 40-man. Who cares? You could probably do that with Andujar because obviously yesterday they reinstated him from the IL and they sent him down. So he's not much of a use for this franchise anymore. At least it seems that way. But Nick Nelson, I mean, they have to just stop mismanaging this bullpen thing. And you know what? We can blame Boone, but we can also blame the front office because they've kept him up here that long. And once again, as we've explained in, past podcast episodes and past videos, the manager does not do as much as they did, how many years ago. So now it's the front office, it's the analytics bugs, and that stuff. Is PC worth it? I'm a little interested in buying one. Then I'm not sure. You'd probably have to ask Potato or someone else. I'm actually not sure because I don't have like PC gaming and stuff like that. But as for the series, that's pretty much it. I'm probably going to leave the next minute or 2 open. And just to add to the end of that, the Yankees offense was stalled by the Indians bullpen. Karinchak, a.k.a. Mr. Wild Thing. If anyone's ever watched Major League, they'll get the reference. Emmanuel Clase, Cal Quantrill, Henches, all those guys. finished off the Yankees bullpen, finished off the Yankees bats fair and square. So with that, I'm not going to end the stream yet. I have a lot of time on my hands. But with that, if you guys want to ask questions, I am going to be coming out with 1 or 2 draft videos this week. I'm going to be revealing my big board just universally. I'm not talking just the Giants. I'm going to be revealing my big board for the prospects. I know that's going to be exciting. That's probably going to happen, I want to say Wednesday, or maybe even Thursday. As I said, what was it? 4 days in a row we'll be live. Wednesday for the Boys in the Big Apple podcast. Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the draft all around. The draft starts, I believe, at 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock on Saturday. So that's something I really don't want to miss. And then you got Friday starts at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to be prepared for that. I don't want to miss it. And also, the draft regularly starts at 8 o'clock on Thursday. Will be, it doesn't take place for a couple of minutes. So we'll probably just be, starting at 8:10 because that's the usual time we start. I'm going to have a special guest on for Wednesday's podcast for any of you who watch some of the guys in Giants content community. He is yet to actually fully consent, but he said, yeah, he'd be down for it. He doesn't have anything as of right now, but I'm going to come up with a interesting video either probably tomorrow, actually, because as I said, right now, I don't really want to be, just friggin' just doing this and doing it on StreamYard or either doing an OBS and it's going to crash on me. That's not something I want to do. If you guys hear that in the background, I apologize. This Discord, let me close it. If you guys haven't already, I have a Discord server. It is not Entertainer. Actually, I'll just reveal it right now. It's Justin Pennick of Talking Giants. I know he does a lot of draft stuff. I contacted him. It's not the first time he's going to be on the channel, nor is it going to be the last. But he's going to be coming on the channel. We'll be talking the draft. If he says, officially that he doesn't have anything that day, it doesn't look like he does. So obviously, it's going to be a fun-packed night. We're going to have callers. I know Potato's birthday is on Thursday, so we're definitely going to be celebrating that. We'll see if Potato's up at that point in time because I know we are 5 different hours off, 5-6 hours off. Do you have the new PS5 or Xbox? I do not. To be honest with you, I can afford a PS5 fair and square. I've always been a PlayStation person. I've never really been an Xbox person. But with that, I will say, no, I have not purchased that. I just don't think that, I don't know if it's worth in my spending right now, PS5, but this is interesting. I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. I have a deadline on the 30th. I'm not going to bed. Okay. Well, if you drop by, we'll sing like happy birthday or something. But I am going to have a draft video probably out. I want to say tomorrow because, we'll be back to Pennsylvania, going back to New York tomorrow. And I don't really want to be doing the OBS thing where it's going to crash on me and then go on StreamYard where I really have limited access. I don't feel like paying for, StreamYard and getting all these graphics and shit when I already have Podbean still paying for that, even though that I don't really do a lot of podcasts as in, the Big Blue in the Bronx podcast. I tried looking at a StreamYard, excuse me, not StreamYard. I keep mixing up my things today. I tried looking at Podbean to see if you can host multiple podcasts, and I wanted to do that for Boys in the Big Apple, but it's an extra $14 a month, and I'm like, I'm not paying for that. Nope, sorry. But I have the money for a PS5. I'm just not investing on it yet. Just not there. Anyway, yeah, you could stream Xbox games to PC. I think I heard that. Let me just check on something. Obviously, guys, if you want to ask questions about the draft, Yankees, full for that stuff. I'll only be on it for a couple of minutes or so because, technically I do have school today, but I don't have any Zoom classes. So, actually, no, I have 2 Zoom classes, but they're not even in close to the range right now. Like one I had at 10 o'clock and one I have at 1 o'clock. So this week is going to be so long with draft coming up. I'm going to the Heat game. I'm saying, wow, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool, Joseph. Who do the Heat play on Sunday? Let me do the research myself. I'm not going to be lazy. I don't want last Sunday's game. Against the Hornets. Nice. Also read it. I'm gonna say this week is going. Yeah, this week is going to be long for the draft. I mean, as I said, I'll be having 2 draft videos. I want to get them out before Wednesday because it's going to be an enclosed schedule. Because Wednesday I have a full day of school on Zoom, and then after that I have to get ready for my game, which is like at I'm gonna say 3 o'clock, something like that. Um, I just realized something that I have to go away for a game, and the draft is on Friday. I don't want to miss any of the draft. Man, I really hope it rains Friday now. I honestly really hope it rains Friday so I don't. I mean, I would never miss baseball for anything, but you know, I want to keep track of the draft. Now in tournament, um, Mavericks beat Lakers with Tingus Pingus. But I am going to have a video, and within close schedule, as I said, tomorrow I'm going back to New York. I might be explaining this for like the 30th time already, but I'm going back to New York tomorrow, not till like 8 o'clock at night. And I have a full day of Zoom plus a game actually no, that's Friday. I have a game, so that's going to close my schedule, and then I have to do the podcast episode, so that's going to be a challenge for me. But I want to get the content out. I want to get my opinion out there. I don't want to do it just via streaming because I think it would be pretty boring, just to say the least. And I'm probably going to have to get lunch in a little bit. But I'm just going to hand it down to any final questions, concerns, and then I'll probably head out of here. I know it was a very short stream. That's kind of what I wanted to do. But with that, probably going to depart out of here. And as I said, this was kind of a last minute thing. Oh boy, I'm checking this stuff out on Twitter. Will the Yankees win the World Series? Excuse me. As I said, I have to avoid rooms with humidifiers. I just can't do it. Once I go back in the other room, I'll be freaking fine. I'll be like, if it wasn't stuffy at all. I'm gonna say not as of right now. If we're gonna make the earliest of predictions, I'm gonna say as of right now they will not win the World Series. I think it's gonna be someone like the Dodgers. But once again, we are only what Yankees have 9-12 record. We're already like 21 games in. We still have how many more 100 to go? So I think that's gonna be that. Let's see what else. Something's supposed to be happening tonight with the Giants community. Someone's supposed to be streaming or something like that. I know that. There's been recent. You know what? Let me post something because I don't know if Joseph's still here, and I don't know if he has one. I'll post a Discord link in the chat. I know Potato's part of it. I know Giuliano is part of it. I do want to get the Discord link in here because I've been trying, and for some reason, I don't know if anyone who has been on my server has been seeing, but my tweets get tweeted, obviously, at the point. And then on Discord, they come out like 20 minutes later. I don't know what the delay is. I don't know what the problem is. Something. Let's see. Yeah, my tweet was sent at 10:34, and Twitter bot, who was my bot, sent it out at 10:47. I don't understand what the delay is. Something I gotta fix with the webhook. I think that's what it's called. Where is my invite? My people. Okay, with that. All right. If you have a Discord, Joseph, I'll go print the Discord link in the chat. I don't know if you joined Hubs because I know you're pretty active there on his channel. Let's see, that's my general. We played it. Would send. There we go. I just got the notification now. I don't know why that someone just friggin' props to the guy. All right. Shout outs to Mario and Joseph, who just joined the Discord server. Glad you guys joined up. With that, I'm going to get out of here. Going to get out of your hair. Just some updates. I'm going to have 2 videos within the next 2 to 3 days. Based on the draft, one of my personal opinion and one of my draft big board, as my Discord keeps going off, even when I mute it. Other than that, Boys in the Big Apple podcast is going to be on Wednesday at 10 p.m. with Justin Panic on. We're going to have a fun time. We're going to be watching the Yankees the next game and talking draft. So even if you're not an NFL fan, if you're not a Yankee fan, if you're not an NBA fan, if you're one of those fans, then you obviously come by talk about another subject because NFL, NBA, and MLB, that's all going to be live on Wednesday night. Not specifically NFL draft, but we're going to be talking the draft. So it's going to be a lot of fun. On Thursday, the draft, we're going to be streaming. Friday for the draft, I'll keep you guys updated because, as I just remembered, I have a game that's away. It starts at 4, but I don't know if I'm going to make it back in time to be like spot on Johnny on the spot streaming. Then Saturday, I'll be live. And, with that, I'm going to get out of here. Shouts to Mario, Joseph, Potato, anyone else I missed. But anyway, peace out, guys. See you later. I'll have a video within the next couple of days. Thank you, guys. You're the best subscribers out there. Peace, everyone.